Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has signalled support for an electricity overhaul after a damning ACCC report found consumers are being manipulated by the market. In other words, we're being ripped off, we're being dudded. For more, we're joined by the Minister for the Environment and Energy, Josh Frydenberg, who joins us. Thank you very much for joining us, Minister. The ACCC says the current electricity market is broken. How are you going to fix it?
Well, the ACCC does provide a pathway to lower prices and to a better functioning market. There are 56 recommendations. It's a 400-page report, and what's really interesting about it, Ben, is that they've actually compulsorily required some 50,000 internal documents from the energy companies. So we will give it proper consideration, we'll consult with the states, but certainly it builds on the important reforms that we've already put in place, and it has given strong endorsement to the government's National Energy Guarantee, which will reduce power prices for homes, families and businesses.
The ACCC has recommended that the government underwrite baseload power investments. Yes or no? Could that include clean coal?
It certainly could include coal, gas, renewables with storage. The ACCC doesn't specify what type of technology it should support. Rather, it's focused on what is the outcomes, namely lower prices and a more stable system. We are technology neutral, that's what's behind the National Energy Guarantee, and we do need to take advantage of the changes in the energy market. But this is certainly an important recommendation and one that certainly has merit too.
So I know that there's some considerations ahead, but as part of those considerations, there is a possibility that there might be some government investment in a coal-fired power plant.
Well, what the ACCC has identified, Ben, is a market failure, that new generation assets can't be built because the companies that want to build them can't get the finance from the banks. And one of the reasons that they can't get the finance is they can't secure agreements with energy users for long term. So that what they're saying is that the government needs to step in here, provide some sort of surety or comfort, and it's an issue, it's a recommendation that the government will carefully consider.
Yeah, so you seem to not want to acknowledge that this could be part of the suite of measures that the government might arrive at, that there may be government investment in a coal-fired power plant.
Well, I think this is a specific recommendation that's not talking just about coal or gas or renewables, but what it's talking about is how do we get low-cost power to the big energy users, the plastics factories, the paper manufacturers, the chemical factories, the mineral processors. They're the ones that need low-cost energy to actually create the blue-collar jobs and the other important jobs that are required across the economy. So this is something that does have a lot of merit, and we will consider it.
In the upcoming Longman by-election, One Nation is going to direct preferences to a convicted criminal and far-right activist, former neo-Nazi. Ahead of the Labor Party and the Greens, the ALP wants the government to condemn One Nation for this. Are you going to do that now?
Well, One Nation will make the decisions on its own preferences, and we'll make our decisions on the basis of what's important to us. So I'll leave that to One Nation. I'll leave the Labor Party to be typically hypocritical when it comes to these issues. We're focused on putting our best foot forward in that by-election as well as the others, and we know that we have great candidates there.
We appreciate your time this morning, Mr Frydenberg.
Always good to be with you, Ben.
Over to you, Deb.